degrees and the presentation of graduates. Distinguished guests, graduates, and friends of the university, it is my privilege and pleasure to welcome you all to the 22nd of the Open University's degree ceremonies being held in 2016. We are delighted to welcome Ms. Mary Ellen Campbell, the Deputy Lord Mayor of Belfast, Mr. Stephen Aitken, MLA, Deputy Chair of the Committee for the Economy, Mr. Patsy McGlone, MLA, Deputy Speaker of the Northern Ireland Assembly, and Margaret Ritchie, MP for South Down, all of whom have found time in their very busy diaries to be with us this afternoon. We would also like to warmly welcome back some of our previous honorary graduates. It is also my great pleasure to welcome our honorary graduates, Mr. Tim Wheeler and Mrs. Catherine Bell. We are delighted to be able to honour them here today. In 2015, the Open University awarded 25,500 qualifications, ranging from certificates of higher education to Doctor of Philosophy. Throughout 2016, more than 8,000 graduates are being presented for their qualifications at degree ceremonies such as this one today in Belfast. These are being held in 10 different towns and cities throughout England, and also in Cardiff, Edinburgh, and Dublin. This illustrates the extraordinary scale, scope, and reach of the Open University. It goes without saying that today is a very important occasion in the life of you, our graduates, your families and loved ones, as well as for the university staff who, I hope you feel, have nurtured and supported you. Now, you could be forgiven for thinking that this occasion is so important that it needs to be solemn. You'd be quite wrong. In every sense, this is a day of celebration. So we will be very disappointed if anyone crosses the stage today to anything less than thunderous applause or whatever other way you choose to express your enthusiasm and support. So with that in mind, why don't all of today's graduates briefly stand? Friends, families, and Open University staff, let's start today's ceremony by giving all of our amazing graduates a huge round of applause. There's one more way you can show your appreciation to your graduate. If you post messages or photos on social media with the hashtag OU_ceremonies, that's hashtag OU_ceremonies, your congratulations will be seen not only by people here at the ceremony, but also by the world outside. Today's ceremony will begin with the presentation of those graduates who have gained higher degrees and have been able to attend here today. They will be presented by Mr. Simon Gregg, Senior Manager, Student Recruitment and Learner Support. We will then see the awarding of the honorary degree of Doctor of the University to Mr. Tim Wheeler. Mr. John Darcy, Director of the Open University in Ireland, will present Mr. Wheeler, who will sign the honorary graduate's book and make a reply. We will continue our presentation of those graduates who have gained Bachelor of Arts, Bachelor of Engineering, and Bachelor of Law degrees, and who have been able to attend here today. They will be presented by Mr. John Addy, Assistant Director, Planning and Resources. Next will be the awarding of the honorary degree of Master of the University to Mrs. Catherine Bell. Mrs. Heather Laird, Assistant Director of the Open University in Ireland, will present Mrs. Bell, who will again sign the Honorary Graduates book and make a reply. We will then continue our presentation of graduates with those who have gained Bachelor of Science degrees, foundation degrees, diplomas of higher education and professional graduate certificates in education and have been able to attend here today. To conclude the ceremony, I will give a personal address to the graduates. I now call upon Mr. Gregg to present the graduates.
For the degree of Bachelor of Science with Honours, I present Barona Allison. Sarah Bacon. Terry Ann Bailey. Nathan Banana. Rachel Black.
Phew! Good afternoon, everyone. Guests, members of Senate, staff, and of course, graduates. This is a very special day for everyone here, one to remember for the rest of your lives. Without a doubt, the best part of my job is presiding at degree ceremonies like this one. It gives me the opportunity to say well done to each of you and to see, close up, hundreds and hundreds of joyful expressions. For me, it is a particular pleasure and privilege to be presiding at a graduation ceremony in Belfast, and I'm delighted to announce that for the 12th year in succession, indeed, since the inception of the National Student Survey, the Open University has been rated by our students as the #1 university in Northern Ireland for student satisfaction. Thank you. The joyful expressions are there in the eyes in each of every one of you as you cross the stage. A blend of elation, nervousness, a bit of relief, and occasionally some blind panic. But above all, there's just this overwhelming joyful delight at having achieved something incredible. And that's no overstatement. What you have done is incredible, and today is a really important day for each of you, one that I want you to remember with a sense of pride for the rest of your lives. But I know that big moments like this can also easily pass by in a blur of emotion and adrenaline. So take a moment, take a breath, slow it all down, and make sure you have a chance to take everything in. 500,000 people have earned degrees and diplomas with us in the 43 years since our first degree ceremony in 1973. Each one of you, as individuals, knows how much effort you needed to put in. We are all very proud of you, our graduates, and what you've accomplished on your journey with the Open University. And what a journey it has been. It takes a very special kind of person to reach where you are sitting now. You are all unique, there's no doubt about that, but you have all got one thing in common, one thing that you should be immensely proud. You now have official membership of a very exclusive group of people. Being a graduate of the Open University means various things in life and signifies a lot about the journey you have been on. Now I'm going to do some questions here. I'm going to ask the graduates a few questions so we can discover a bit more about each other. So if you can, when I ask the questions, would you mind raising your hands? So my first question, who was employed or did voluntary work at some stage during their study? Okay, next question. Who helped bring up a family during their study? Who cared for parents or other dependents during their study? Final question, and please don't put up your hand if you'd rather not to or if this is too tricky, but who carried out their studies while registered with a disability? Can I now ask anyone who has put up their hand to any of the questions to raise their hands again? That is quite amazing. Almost every student here has needed to fulfill some other obligation alongside their study. Compare that with students at conventional universities whose extra duties might only extend to the sports team or indeed their commitment to the student bar. Your efforts are so much greater. And let me share a small frustration I have over the language that is invariably used about students like you. Those conventional students are described as full-time students, and OU students like you described as part-time students. Part-time. Part-time. More like double-time with the OU. That is a tough shift that you've been on. And what a commitment you have made. On average, OU students take 6 years to graduate. The OU is not like other universities, and you are not like other graduates. You know it. Everyone on this stage knows it. Your friends and families here today know it too. Boy, did they know it. I know there's only one thing harder than being an OU student, and that's living with an OU student. So we should also pay tribute to your family and friends. We should pay tribute to them for supporting you when you were getting going, for standing by you when things were getting tough, and for celebrating with you now in your moment of glory. So this is a time for you, graduates, to acknowledge the support you have received from your family and friends who are here with you today. Let's give them a huge round of applause. You have been part of a university that engages in teaching and learning at all levels of higher education. We carry out research that seeks to have impact within society. We work with business, industry and governments, supporting innovation and influencing policy where we can, and in support of promoting wider access and social justice in all areas of social life. Many students do not see all of the research we do, but the knowledge it helps to generate not only serves an important purpose in our society, it also informs much of the work you have studied for your qualification. The Open University, for example, is one of the top 3 universities for space science in the UK in terms of research power. And this research captures the public imagination too. We were incredibly proud of our part in the comet-chasing Rosetta mission, which was awarded Physics World Breakthrough of the Year recently. Similarly, our international development research is pioneering a different approach, which we call inclusive innovation. We are involving poor and marginalized people across the world in developing their own solutions and working with them to bring about a fairer and sustainable world. Now, it's been a great year of success for the Open University in Ireland. We have worked with 3,600 students in Northern Ireland and 2,000 students in the Republic of Ireland. Uniquely, we have students in every country of this island. We are delighted that our pre-registration nursing programme has seen its student numbers more than double over the last year, thanks to the Department of Health's ongoing support and recognition of the invaluable role of part-time nursing education to help address skills shortages across Northern Ireland. Furthermore, we are very proud to see the introduction of our pilot higher-level apprenticeship programme for the independent care sector, supported by the Department of the Economy. This is the university's first higher level apprenticeship in any part of the United Kingdom, and I'm pleased that this innovation with employers and the department might well take it to other parts of the UK. This year we have participated in the Northern Ireland Science Festival, in the ESRC Festival of Social Sciences, the Imagine Festival of Ideas, and the Northern Ireland Festival of Education and the John Hewitt Summer School. And again, we were proud to showcase some of the Open University's creative writing students at the Culture Night Belfast, providing a platform for them right in the heart of the Cathedral Quarter. An OU qualification shows commitment, dedication, and perseverance. It shows you are capable of fulfilling your dreams no matter what challenges might appear in your way. It shows courage to start something new, to see it through, and to finish with success. Open University students really are like no others. But it's not just your achievement, it's ours too. The universities, from the advisor in registrations who handled your first hesitant telephone inquiry, the academics in Milton Keynes who designed and wrote your courses, and student services staff who supported you when it felt like you couldn't go on, and they all share in your achievement. And of course, our associate lecturers, the women and men who guided you through the whole OU learning experience from the moment you opened that brown cardboard box full of course materials or logged onto the module website to the moment you crossed the stage today. They deserve special mention for all their dedication. They are our greatest asset in making the student experience a rich and rewarding one. Every one of us at the Open University has a little stake in what you've accomplished, and believe me, every one of us is full of pride when we see you celebrating today. It was the Open University staff who helped make this possible. Many of them are on the stage with me today, so let's take a moment to thank them too. When you first announced that you were going to study with the Open University, how many people said you wouldn't be able to get the qualification you've just received? And when the work got tough and the deadlines stacked up, how many of you questioned whether you could carry on? How many of you risked submitting your TMA at the midnight deadline instead of the officially printed 12 or 4 p.m. deadline? But here's the thing, you did it. You carried on. You proved the cynics wrong, and today you get your reward. And if you can do that, there really is no limit to what you can achieve in the future. So where will that future take you? What should you do with your hard-earned qualification? The best advice I can give you is summed up by just 3 words. 3 words that have been staring you in the face for the past hour or so. They're right up there on the Open University's crest. Learn and live. That is something all Open University graduates embody as soon as they step back out into their busy lives. For with the achievement also comes responsibility. A responsibility to give something back, to put your qualification and knowledge to the best possible use, and where you work, where you live, and within your family. Don't think of today as the end of your education. It's just another step along a lifelong journey. And remember to keep in touch and tell us how you're getting on. As a member of our alumni community, you are part of a vast network of people as extraordinary as you are. For some of you, this may be the end of your formal studies with us. Others of you may be planning to continue on to other, perhaps higher qualifications. Whatever choice you make, you should all be aware that we continue to offer freely available material on platforms like OpenLearn and FutureLearn that will allow you to continue to learn and live long after today. You have demonstrated to the world the talents that you knew lay within you, but now you've got to go out there and show people what Open University graduates are capable of. You may have finished as an Open University student, but you remain a part of the Open University community. And I hope perhaps once you've recovered from the effort, that you might want to share your experiences with others you know. Please tell the people what you got out of your OU experience and encourage them to follow your path. We want you to remain proud of that association. It should give you a sense of belonging, and we hope to be proud of the university so that you can say, I studied there. In January 16, we found out that the OU is placed in the top 20 universities in the UK for producing the best graduates in the workplace, as determined by the Times Higher Education Supplement. What this means for you is that you are even in a better position now. You are coveted by employers. So aim high, dare to dream of future achievements, and dare to make those dreams real. If you do all that, your incredible achievements won't end with the qualification we are celebrating today. They will carry on across your endeavours for many years to come. In a moment, the proceedings will end and the ceremonial party will process out. Before that happens, though, can I ask one last time for all of our graduates to stand and for everyone here to join me in giving a huge round of applause. Congratulations. The proceedings of this degree ceremony have been completed, and I now declare this meeting of congregation closed. Would all those of you who are able to stand please do so?